Gentlemen, on with the proceedings.
Well, Miss Alice Cat Armstrong and Dr. Rex are waiting to talk with you, Groucho. So, folks, you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Say the sacred word and you'll divide $100. It's a common word, something you have around the house. Miss Alice Cat Armstrong. Well, I'll start with you, huh? That's a rather unusual name, Cat, unless you happen to be a Siamese. Is that your maiden name or your married name?
I'm not married, Groucho.
You're not married?
No.
Not? Well, if some eligible bachelor with a healthy bankroll and good looks came along, would you be interested?
I certainly would.
Well, you can stop purring. There's nobody like that up here. You must have had many offers to get married, I imagine.
A
An attractive
few.
woman, yes. Your standards are too high, that's all.
Perhaps so.
And there's no question in my mind that you could have been married a number of times that you desire. If I were you, I'd grab the next fellow that comes along.
I'll take that advice.
Let's see, you're Dr. Rex, huh?
That's right, sir.
That's a strange name, Dr. Rex, unless you happen to be half of a drugstore. What is the rest of it?
Well, the rest of it is rather off the records, Groucho, because of what we in the profession term ethics.
Oh, I used to drive one years ago, huh? I understand your position, Doc. You can be just as anonymous as you wish up here.
Thank you, sir.
I've ducked the cops a few times myself, huh? What kind of a doctor are you, Doc?
I'm a dentist, sir.
A dentist?
Yes.
Oh. Well, I've got a tooth out, Doc. Could you arrange reasonable times, like, say, for nothing? With 6 months to pay?
Well, for you, I don't think so.
No?
For the simple
Why
reason
not?
I specialize in children's dentistry. Take only children.
Well, you're just the man I want. The kid next door bit me in the leg, and it's his tooth I want yanked out. Do you have any advice for parents?
This being National Children's Dental Health Week,
Oh, is
Groucho.
that so? I
That's
didn't know
right.
that. I thought this was Pickle Week.
National Children's Dental Health
I
Week.
thought that was last week.
My best advice to parents, though, is to bring children in early and regularly, and we can save many, many big problems. Like a little boy in Holland who put his finger in the dike, saved the whole country of Holland.
That's right, and they've
Same
been in Dutch
principle.
ever since. Well, Alice, let's get back to you. What is your racket? I mean, what sort of activities do you engage in?
I'm editor and publisher of historical works. I publish Who's Who in Los Angeles.
Hysterical works, did you say?
Sometimes it is in the office, really, but I publish Who's Who in Los Angeles County and Who's Who in California.
Well, tell us about your book, Alice. Who is who in Los Angeles? Anybody who's still alive after 10 minutes on the freeway?
Yes, we have famous motion picture stars, authors, civic leaders, famous, the leading politicians, professors.
Am I in your book?
No, Groucho, you're not, but
I see, huh?
you were invited and you didn't take time to fill out the biographical form.
Is that what it was?
Yes.
I threw it away. I thought it was just another subpoena.
That's why you're not listed among the famous, you see.
Well, you send me another one and I'll throw it away again. I don't want to be in Who's Who. I don't want the finance company to know where I am. You're a very interesting couple, Alice.
Thank you.
And you too, Doc.
Thank you, sir.
Even if you are trailing under an anonymous non-diploma. Now, you're an interesting couple, and I'd like to go on talking to you, but the time has come to play You Bet Your Life. I presume you both know how to play this game, huh?
Oh, yes.
Well, let's go then. You selected general information. And remember, the more the question is worth, the harder it is.
He said 80.
Okay.
80.
What city is the birthplace of Muhammad?
Mecca.
You agree with that? Okay, that's right.
And you now have $180.
I pretty near skinned him out of it, didn't I? What are you going to start with? What do you want next? You have $180.
80.
90?
90.
What famous explorer and adventurer sailed in the Golden Hind? H-I-N-D.
How about you? No. Ponce de Leon.
No, he was named after a hotel in Chicago, Sir Francis Drake.
You lost half your 180, you now have $90.
Now, what are you going to go for?
70. All right.
70. The chief god of the Romans was Jupiter. What did the Greeks call that chief god? Come on.
Mars.
No, Zeus. Z-E-U-S.
We should have taken the $90.
It's like noodle Zeus.
You now have $45.
All right, here's your last chance to beat the other couples. Now, don't get discouraged.
100.
100. See if you remember recent history. What World War, the Second World War figure was called the Desert Fox?
Patton.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, good.
It's General Erwin Rommel. The German.
That's right.
You wind up with $22.50.
Nobody leaves here with that
No.
small sum. I'm going to give you one more question to bring the total up to 25. Are you ready? In what city is the London Times published?
London, England.
Not true, in Paris. That's the Paris edition.
Well, Groucho, Mr. Roger A. Hamilton and Captain Grace Menzies are waiting to see you. So, folks, you go in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word and divide $100. It's a common word, something you find around the house. Captain Grace Menzies, eh?
Yes, sir.
Glad to meet you, Cap.
Thank you.
What branch of the post office are you connected with?
I'm a whack, sir.
What's that?
I'm a whack.
Well, don't worry about it. We get all sorts of people up here. Well, Captain Menzies, I notice you have an impressive array of ribbons there, huh? Would you mind telling us what they're for?
Well, sir, the first one is for the green one is for the Women's Army Auxiliary Corps.
Oh, I thought that was for raising grass.
Then the American Theater World War II victory.
No, I was in the American theater. I never got anything like that.
You didn't do anything.
Well, that's not true. I ruined 3 producers on Broadway. What do you mean I didn't do anything?
I'm sorry, I just couldn't help it.
Of course, you realize you're not going to win any money here. And that's the American Theater, Growing Grass, and what's the third one for?
World War II victory,
Oh.
the occupation ribbon,
No.
the Korean ribbon, United Nations, National Defense, and the Reserve Corps.
Put it there, kid. Do you have a good conduct medal?
Yes, sir, with a knot in it. I received it twice for having exemplary behavior,
See.
efficiency, and fidelity.
Fidelity, too.
Yes, sir.
Well, tell me something, Cap. Which pinches the most, the halo or the girdle?
Well, it's a draw.
We just sit here and slug it out a week after.
I wasn't ready for that one.
I'm getting increasingly obnoxious every year. Now, Grace, what is your job in the Army?
Well, right now I'm in charge of the WAC recruiting in Southern California.
In other words, you're looking for women?
Yes, sir.
Well, shake hands. We're both in the same boat. Tell us something about the WACs, briefly. Why should a girl want to join the WACs?
Well, right now we have a terrific manpower shortage, and women do want equal rights, but we also feel that a young 18-year-old has a wonderful chance to find a career, get training, and know what she wants to do by the time she completes the tour.
That'd be a very good thing, I should think, for a young girl.
It is.
Let's see now. You're Roger A. Hamilton, huh?
That's right.
Now, what is yours, especially? What sort of work have you been doing? Huh?
Well, I've been in about 23 jobs, I would say. I've been a detective for a little while, shorthand reporter, tried to sell accordion lessons, worked in the bank, in the coal company, silk,
Sold
insurance.
accordion lessons?
Well, I didn't sell any, I tried.
I see. That must have been a tight squeeze, huh?
Yes, getting in the
I certainly
door.
shouldn't have interrupted you for that joke, should I? Well, you had a number of jobs, huh? Do you think you'll ever find this dream job that you're looking
I
for?
found the work that I like better than anything else in the world.
What is that, laying off?
No, I invented the Zoomerang.
I beg your pardon. What was that again?
Zoomerang. I invented it. My name is in the patent office in Washington. It's an action toy and does many fascinating tricks for all ages. I mean, it's...
Well, where do you sell these Zoomerangs?
Well, my family, my wife, my mother-in-law, my 3 kids and I, we live in Canoga Park, California, and we make the Zoomerangs there. We make them there, and then when it comes time to sell them, we go to the home show or the do-it-yourself show or the Los Angeles County Fair, and sometimes the kids are there pitching with me. We're pitchmen, really. We're pitchmen.
Well, go ahead. Try to sell me one. Go ahead. Let's see how good you are.
Shall I treat you just so you're a fellow at the fair? Just talk to you
treat
just
me as though I'm a fair fellow, yeah.
All right. May I step out here a little?
Yeah, that won't go off, will it, huh?
Have you been fascinated lately, sir?
Not recently, no.
Are you ever troubled by a creeping sense of inadequacy? Because this, you feel better right away. Look, this is the greatest amusement structure ever put together. It does a double color blow, a 2-color throw, the water spout, we have the high stick toss with the stop drop, the non-stop drop, and the slow collapse. Would you like a slow collapse?
Well, I'm having a slow collapse. But I wouldn't mind another one, as long as you have one handy.
I'll give you 2 slow collapses.
Okay.
Look at this. There's the high stick toss with the slow collapse.
How much are these gimmicks, contraptions?
Retail for you, Groucho.
Yeah.
And you're not crazy to buy this retail at 39 cents. It's good.
It's 89 cents.
Yeah.
Well, it's a steal for 39
Try it, please. And may I say, when you do it overhand, pretend you're a slave girl fanning a king. Then you won't foul it up, see?
Oh.
Easy overhand, see? Now, like the slave girl
You don't get a slave girl with this, huh?
We're working on that.
Oh. I'd pay $1.39 if you could throw in a slave girl.
I was trying to interest Myrna Loy, but see what I mean? Don't you feel better?
I can do this better in Canoga Park.
Do come out. Please come out. I'd like to show you how we make it better. Do you fence? Do you fence? Boyle, I pay you a saber. What do you...
I'd like about 6 of these, huh?
No trouble at all. No trouble at all.
How much you pay for 6? Wholesale?
Well, we can
work out a
it
deal.
I mean, my lawyer can be your lawyer.
I want 7. My lawyer wants one, too, huh? He's no good for anything else. Well, it's certainly been a very happy experience talking to you two, and one I'll never forget no matter how hard I try. Now, let's play You Bet Your Life.
In the race for the $1,500, the first couple won $22.50, and the secret word is floor.
Now, you know how to play this game, huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now one answer between you. Now, this is a spelling quiz. Now, what do you want to start with? From 10 to 100.
$100.
You're going to start with 100? All right, spell the word brethren, meaning members of a religious group.
Brethren. B-R-E-T-H-R-E-N, brethren.
That is right.
Well, you're off to a great start. You have $200
You
now.
have $200. Now, what are you going to go for?
90, Captain? Let's plunge.
Okay.
More.
Spelling, you're doing the work.
All right, spell the word porcelain, meaning a fine, translucent ware, also called china or chinaware. Porcelain.
P-O-R-C-E-L-A-I-N.
That is right. That is right.
You now have $290.
Well, you are really going like a horsefire. Now, what are you going to go for?
The highest left.
Is 80. Spell the word calendar, meaning a system of fixing the divisions of time, or something that you'd find Marilyn Monroe on.
C-A-L-E-N-D-E.
C-A-L-E-N-D-A-R.
That
Calendar.
is right. That is right.
You now climb to $370.
Say, being out of work all your life, you've certainly learned a lot about spelling, haven't you?
So much time to read.
That's true. All right, it's your last chance to beat the other couples, and I assume you want to go for the 70. Is that right?
Right.
No coercion on my part. This is just an assumption, of course. All right, spell the word amateur, meaning one who is not rated as a pro.
Amateur.
Give him the money, George. Give him the money.
Well, Doctor, just before we went on the air, our studio audience selected a young lady with an interesting occupation. Her name is Miss Sue Crawford. Her partner is a special guest, known to millions of baseball fans as Mr. Bob Lemon. Folks, you come in, please, and meet Groucho Marx.
Say the secret word and divide $100. It's a common word, something you find around the house. Bob Lemon, eh? Of the Cleveland Indians, eh?
Yes.
Where's the $50,000? You got it with you?
Next year.
Well, it's a real pleasure, Bob. DeRocha sends his regards, by the way.
Well, he should.
And Sue Crawford, it's an attractive uniform you're wearing. Are you a whack?
No, I'm a flight hostess with Qantas Empire Airways.
Qantas Airlines?
That's right.
You must be the hostess with the mostest on the Qantas, eh? Just what is the Qantas Airlines?
Well,
You
Qantas...
go into Kansas City from here?
Well, no, we don't.
You don't?
But Qantas stands for Queensland and Northern Territory Aerial Services.
Oh. Well, if you work for an Australian outfit, what are you doing in the United States? Your pilot must have been down under the gyroscope.
Well, no, we fly from Sydney to San Francisco, and also we fly to London from Sydney.
Well, next time you see Sydney, give him my regards.
I'll do that.
Let's find out some things about you, Bob. With a name like Lemon, you must be from Orange, New Jersey, eh?
No, I was born in San Bernardino, California, and I make my home in Long Beach now.
Oh, you're a naked son, huh?
Almost.
You've had at least 20 wins a season for the last 6 or 7 years, haven't you?
Yes, I started in 1948. I won 20, and the following year I won 20, and last year I won 23 and 7.
That's quite a record, huh? Very few pitchers have done that. Bob and Robert? Sue, do you know anything about baseball?
No, I'm afraid not.
Well, you're missing a lot.
I suppose I am,
The
but...
ballpark is a great place to get warm beer and cold peanuts. Sue, I'm curious. How do they pick you girls to be hostesses? Do you have to measure up to a certain size?
Well, yes, there's the height, which is approximately 5'3" to 5'7". And then there's the age, 23 to 28. And the measurements, 34, 24, and about 34 again.
Now, is there anybody in the audience who can remember the pitching figures that Bob Lemon just quoted? Let me talk about baseball being the national pastime. Are you casing Sue, Bob?
Oh, I'm married.
Who do you consider the toughest batter you ever faced, Bob?
Well, I think the roughest one I ever faced was Ted Williams.
Big Boy Williams.
Of course, when you face him, well, you know that you're in trouble.
Yeah.
You just try to keep the ball in the park. There's no possible way you can fool him.
What about DeMash?
Well, he's gone now.
You're pretty happy.
Yes.
Did you ever hear that story about when the Yankees had Gehrig, Ruth, and Lazzeri batting in a row? They used to call it Murderer's Row. This is an old baseball story. You may have heard it. And they were playing the Athletics. It was towards the end of the season. The Yankees were way out in front. They had the pennant cinched, as they usually do. Except last year, of course. And they were playing these poor, miserable Athletics. And it was 7th inning, and Connie Mack had a rookie pitcher down in the bullpen warming up, and he was throwing the ball to the catcher down there. And the fellow was going past selling hot dogs, and the pitcher bought one. He just took the first bite, and he looks up at the athletic bench, and there's Connie Mack, and he's going like this. Go in and pitch. And he looks up at the home plate, and the next 3 batters are Lazzeri, Gehrig, and Ruth. And as he walks out of the bullpen, he passes his catcher, and he hands him the hot dog. He says, "Hold this, I'll be right back." Well, you make an attractive team, and Sue, if you care for Lemon with your tea, maybe you two could get together after the show. Would that be all right with you, Bob?
As I said before, I'm married.
Typical batter pitcher, huh? Struck out just when the game's getting interesting. Okay, well, let's play You Bet Your Life. You both know the ground rules?
We have a pretty good idea.
You do, huh?
In the race for the $1,500, the second couple is leading with $440.
You select the geography. You ought to be good at this because you're constantly on the hop around
This is my team here.
Oh, yes. And remember, the more the question is worth, the harder it is. Now, what are you going to start with? And one answer between you on everything.
You say 60?
All right, San Juan is the capital of what United States island possession?
Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico?
That is right, Puerto Rico.
And you now have $160.
Now, what are you going to go for?
70?
For $70, Piccadilly is a street in what city?
London.
That's pretty tough, huh? Piccadilly, London is right, huh?
Now have $230.
Now, what are you going to go for?
80?
What state is directly west of North Dakota? This is a dirty curve. This is what they call a sinker.
Wouldn't be Montana.
Minnesota?
I don't know. It's your country.
I'm not sure of it right now. There's no American League towns in it.
Well, come on.
Minnesota?
Oh, she had it and you blew it, huh?
Is it really?
Montana.
Well, you lost half your $230 and now have $115.
Oh, it's a shame. All right. Now, it's your last chance to be the other couples. What is it going to be?
Shoot it?
Yes.
100?
Devils.
To what country does Greenland belong?
Denmark.
Denmark is right before he said anything.
And you wind up with $215.
Taking her advice.
Right in here again.
Thank you.
La Gioconda, Gioconda, is the original name of one of the most famous paintings in the world. For $1,500, what is the popular name for La Gioconda?
Mona Lisa.
That's right. That's right. You are the smartest public charge we've ever had on this show. You win $1,500. How much in the quiz?
$440.
Unless I get 300 of these, you're going to get through. What are you going to do with all that swag?
I know very well what I'm going to do with a part of it because, by the greatest of coincidences, I met on this same program tonight. The dentist who takes care of my children's teeth. I owe him $118. He's on this program tonight. I was embarrassed to walk in.
Well, congratulations to both.